When you're brand new to VoiceOver, it's very easy to play the comparison game. And well, what is the comparison game? Well, the comparison game is when you listen to other VoiceOver actors, and some have been in this game for decades, you compare yourself to them and you think, wow, I will never be that good, or my voice doesn't sound anything like that. There's no way I'm ever going to be that good. This isn't for me. And that mindset is a problem because everyone started somewhere. We were all beginners at one time. And just because someone sounds better than you at this time doesn't mean, number one, that you can't get there. And it also doesn't mean that they weren't at one time, in your shoes. So when you're comparing your own voice or your own performance or whatever with a more established voice actor, that is really going to hinder your progress. So in this video, I want to try to help you avoid playing the comparison game, because it can really be a career killer or a momentum killer or a confidence killer. And you need that confidence, especially at the beginning, to help propel you to bigger and better stuff. Hey there, my name is Mike Hathcote. I'm a full-time voice actor. I run the Voiceover Blueprint training program and this YouTube channel, where the goal is to give you free information about how to grow a profitable voice acting business. And every Tuesday night at 6 p.m., I host a webinar that is free to join, where you can ask any questions you have regarding voiceover. You can learn the steps to get into the voice acting business. And just for showing up as a free gift, I'll give you a copy of my book, The Voiceover Blueprint, which is the digital copy as well as the audiobook, plus 4 free additional gifts. So once again, the webinar is completely free. Just click that link down in the description and pinned comment and sign up, and I'll see you on Tuesday. All right, the comparison game. Let's talk about it. When you're first starting in VoiceOver, you will probably go and research other people's, demos and work, or even just listening to commercials and stuff online. And you hear other people's performance and you think, wow, I'll never be that good. I don't even know if I've got it in me to get to that place. And that's really dangerous because, number one, you're brand new. You haven't learned much yet. And so all of those people that you hear out there in the wild, they've been at this sometimes for decades, and they have gone through the coaching and training and experience of getting to where they are now. Don't let that dissuade you because, like I said, everybody started somewhere. And here's another thing. In VoiceOver, beauty is in the ear of the beholder. What does that mean? Well, it means that what sounds good to some people or one person may not sound good to somebody else, and vice versa. So the example kind of goes like this. If there's a voice seeker out there and they have a project in mind, they've already got kind of a preconceived notion of what they want on that spot or what that project should sound like. And so they've already got a voice in their head. You could deliver the most perfect, delivery on your spot, technically perfect, sonically, everything sounds perfect. But if that voice that you deliver, your voice, doesn't meet that already, preconceived idea of what the voice that they want for that project is going to sound like, then most likely you're not going to win the job. Now, it is possible to change their mind, but it's unlikely because remember, if they've already got an idea of what they want, if you send them something that's different from that, chances are they're probably not going to use it. They might, that you may be able to sway their opinion and have them think, oh, I never really thought about that sound, and they may go for it. Now, on the flip side, the opposite is true. There are some times when a line that you think isn't great, someone else might think it's great. And here's an example of that. Just yesterday, I did a recorded, directed session with a client, and he was having me go through and read the, A, B, and C takes of a particular line. And there were some times when, maybe the B take was not as good as the A and the C take, or at least I didn't think so. And, they would come back and tell me that the B take was their choice. So all of that to kind of say that what you think might be good or not doesn't necessarily translate to what they will be hearing. So if they liked the B take and they want to use that take, then go for it. Just because I didn't think it was the best take doesn't mean that that's true. What we kind of hear in our heads a lot of times is different than what other people hear, which is why self-direction is so hard in this business. Most of the time we are recording jobs with nobody directing us. Every now and then we do directed sessions like the one I did yesterday, but most of the time it's just us. So we have to be very well tuned as to what sounds good or not, which is difficult. And very often when I'm working with brand new students, I will do this exercise where I let them read a piece of copy and read a line over and over and over again until they feel like they've nailed that line. Because I want to see what their decision is like, how their decision process works. Do they think that they nailed that? If they did, they can move on to the next line. And then when we're done, I will give them feedback on whether or not I agree that that was the right take to end on. And sometimes if they read a line 3, 4, 5 times in a row, maybe the one that they did end on was not as good as maybe the second time they read it, right? They thought that it wasn't good enough, whereas I thought it was, but I was letting them go to see when they would stop and move on to the next one. And of course, the more you do this, the better trained your ear is going to be to where you'll be able to understand what is passable for a good read and what is not. But at the beginning, it's very important to have that support and that coaching and that training so that you can learn what is going to work with most people and what's not. So I guess the moral of the story is this. Before you start wasting time sending in auditions that you think might be good, make sure that you've got some training and some good quality feedback on, what sounds good and what might not sound good so that you don't waste your time sending in auditions and then ultimately become frustrated and then quit. So the comparison game, don't play it. Remember, the longer you're doing this, the better it becomes. But at the very beginning, all of us played that comparison game. And it can be, deflating sometimes because you hear other people and you're like, oh man, I don't know if I can get there. Trust me, you can with the right guidance and teaching and learning. You can get there. Just try to avoid playing the comparison game. It's easier said than done, though. And another quick reminder about the webinar coming up on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, completely free to join. You'll be able to learn about getting into voiceover, ask me any questions live on the call, and you'll get a copy of the book, The Voiceover Blueprint, just for showing up for the webinar. Don't forget to click that link down below in the description and pinned comment, and I'll see you soon. And if you're curious about what it takes to become pro demo ready, meaning are you ready to record your first professional demo, then I did a complete video about that, and you can check it out by clicking right there.